Hey everybody, and welcome to Smart When Shouting. We have a podcast here today about the Wii U. I'm Lei, the EIC SWS. We have with us Noremac, aka Cameron, from the site. We got Matt Renfro, both gaming columnists. We have Brandon Blair, who does music for us. We're going to see how much he knows about the Wii U. And live with us from New York over Skype, we have Michael, aka Bushy, our Nintendo editor. So before we start, I want to say happy 21st birthday to Bushy and happy 18th birthday to Cameron. Their birthdays are somehow a day apart, and they both work for us.
That's just how amazing we are as individuals.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So definitely send them some love in the comments. But we're just going to get right on into it and talk about the Wii U.
Ooh.
So much hype. Oh my
Dun
god.
dun dun.
So, of course, if you're watching this, you probably know about the Wii U, Nintendo's successor to the Wii, their latest console, and the first console of the 8th generation of video game consoles. Isn't it insane that we're on 8 generations
Is
now?
it really 8? Holy crap.
This is the start of the 8th full generation of consoles.
It feels so old.
I feel very old.
I'm young.
But yeah, the 8th generation, and Nintendo is actually kicking it off this time. Weren't they the last ones in?
Yeah.
Before?
November 19th.
Yeah. 2 days after the PlayStation 3 and almost a year after the Xbox 360. So they're getting in there early this time. At 6 years of the Wii, we're predicting about 6 years of the Wii U. And they're releasing it on November 18th.
Yes.
So,
That's in there.
Ah,
Yeah.
you'll get a chance to get yours from Reggie in Rockefeller Plaza, huh?
Hey, you know what? I wish I lived that close to the city. Let me tell you a story about how much I love Reggie Fils-Aimé, alright?
Yeah, the first person in line gets theirs sold to them by Reggie.
wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
The very first person in line gets it from him.
Is your body...
That's probably going to be Triforce again this year. He's usually the guy who shows up first in line for every release of anything Nintendo, like, ever. It's ridiculous. It was funny, too, because we saw a couple news updates from, like, Twitter and things like that, following specifically Nintendo. And Hurricane Sandy came through recently, and Triforce had to give up his spot, and everyone was upset. And first of all, I was like, yeah, you people can't be upset about something so silly as that when, like, you know, a friggin' national disaster's going on.
Yeah, people are dying.
But it's interesting because they were like, you know, just let him have the first spot. And I was like, I can't believe you could be an individual like that and be like, yeah, just get the, you know, first console ever, whatever, who cares?
But what you're trying to say is your body is Reggie for the Wii U.
Oh my goodness, don't even get me started. So excited.
And except for Brandon, we all have ours pre-ordered. We're ready to get it at midnight.
You will be able to get yours first.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure about that. Apparently GameStop was saying they might not have midnight releases for the Wii U.
Really?
Recently, I guess only select stores are doing midnight releases, so let me tell you how angry I was when I heard about that. But we are going to double check with the stores, like we're going to call them and whatever, make sure that they're going to have releases. But last
holding
I
at
heard,
gunpoint.
not all stores are going to have midnight releases.
That is terrible.
That's
Yes, it
that's
is.
wild.
How do they not have a midnight release in the place where Nintendo World is?
How does Hitman Absolution get its midnight release paid by Square Enix, and Nintendo's not going to pay for a midnight release? Like,
I don't want to talk about Squeenix right now. I don't know. And Squeenix is just a subject I'm not too fond of.
the only reason I'm giving them thumbs up right now is because I'll be able to get my AllStars on midnight release because of that. But
yeah, that's right. The spectacular AllStars that everyone's really excited for. Oh yeah, I forgot about that somehow with the Wii U right around the corner.
We will be having a podcast on that on the site after this one, though, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, the Wii U coming out in very quickly, almost a little over a week away.
week and a day.
I'll have ours pre-ordered. Bushy might not get his in time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm just gonna be angry. You won't even be able to talk to me all day. I'll just be like, "How's your Wii U, jerk?"
It's like we'll be trying to voice chat you with our gamepads, and it just won't go to anybody.
And just be the saddest guy.
Why are you not on here yet? I thought you were a Nintendo fan, but we got that out, and I want to go around and talk about the hardware. What you guys think of the Wii U, the console itself. The Wiimotes are the same, but especially talking about the GamePad and the new controls that are going to come with that. So I want to start with the most rational of us, probably. Renfro over here.
Having played one actually myself, finally, me and Cameron stalked GameStop until they finally put it out.
True story.
Initially, I thought it felt a little odd. It did feel weird. If the materials for the controller felt a little cheapish, but after playing it a couple times now, I am more happy about it. It's not. It doesn't feel as cheap as I initially thought it was. I'm glad they have the clicking analog sticks, which I thought weren't there at the beginning, but it is odd having that joystick above the buttons.
Do you get used to it?
I haven't. I've only played one game so far, Rayman Origins, and it didn't really. Legends. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have our fact checker here now.
Legends. See, there we go again with the stupid facts. But anyways, yeah, me and Cameron have played Legends, and
I thought it was Great Escape, Rayman 3.
All right, let's not get too crazy here.
But I mean, it is gonna be. If you're using the stylus with this thing, you're not gonna be. It's gonna be kind of hard. You're gonna have to have the thing setting in your lap, or you're not gonna be using much of the joystick with this other hand either. It is a little awkward, but for the co-op, it was awesome actually. It was easy. The touchscreen worked perfectly as Cameron. I manipulated the level to get him through it, and it was good. I mean, initially I thought it was cheap feeling, but I am slowly but surely becoming a believer.
So I'm going to move over to Bushy now. Bushy, your thoughts on it. Have you played it yet? And if so, what do you think? If not, what do you think it'll be like?
I have played it recently. Actually, it was last night when I played it. And I had pretty much the same deal that Renfro was talking about. When I first held the controller, I was not used to it at all. When I first held it, I was like, this is the newest, strangest thing my hands have ever done in my life. And I do kind of agree with the layout being different, that it is an interesting experience, that it's totally not, like, it's not like a controller, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're sitting there playing like an Xbox or a PS3, you feel like, it's like a controller, like everyone generally understands the concept behind it.
Yeah.
But with the Wii U and the GameCad, also, again, Rayman Legends, me and a buddy of mine were playing it, and I don't think I've ever had as much fun playing, like, as a team with anybody before, like, because we were just playing the game, and I was like, wow, I'm actually, moving around doing things that are helping out the other player,
Exactly.
and, like, it's a cooperative thing.
It isn't so much of the pick them up, throw them off a ledge, like...
Well, you know what it was, too? We were trying to get through a level, and he kept killing me over and over, because he just loved cutting the rope so much. But as far as that goes, I don't know, everything else about it, I'm really excited for. Really, I guess the only complaint that I have right now is that it feels strange to play, only because my hands aren't used to it yet. But otherwise, I feel like it's going to be really successful.
Do you think that they, this is a question for everyone, do you think that they changed the controller layout because they wanted to, in the sense that they thought it would be a better experience overall for the system, or because of patents and things like that? Which one do you feel is more likely?
I mean, Nintendo chooses to be innovative about their new controllers. Like, usually Nintendo brings out a new controller with each new platform they release, and I feel like they want it to be different as usual. But that's how I feel about it.
And I figured since they're already offering the Pro Controller too, which is like all other controllers out there, they wanted to maybe have something a little different, just to play with it. I think just to see if it'll work.
I feel like Nintendo is the innovative company when it comes to gaming. Every time they come out with a new system, it's usually something new. Like, especially with, like, the Wii, it was like the motion controls. People really didn't do that much. People thought it was weird, but suddenly it's a household name and everyone's trying to buy one, and for the first, like, 4 months or so when it came out, no one could find it because it was such a big deal.
And, of course, now we have things like the PlayStation Move, which very similar.
Yeah, everyone's trying to play catch-up once Nintendo tries to throw out there the brand new, the actual new thing, and it's not just a general update every so often.
And they've announced things like the Surface tablets for Microsoft, which seems incredibly similar to the Wii U GamePad.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the Wii U gamepad is like, isn't it whenever like if you find a tablet on like a game that it actually shows up on the screen and you can read it like that?
Whenever you find a game,
Like if you find a book on the game or something that you have to pick up.
Like
and
literature in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
show up on the
See,
gamepad.
I think that's really innovative and like that's crazy.
Wrote an article about that. And I said that thing in my article, actually.
nice.
Did research. There you go.
Yeah, it'll actually make you feel like you're reading books now, kind of, and
Yeah.
turning pages instead of just...
Sort of how like they've been trying to do with the iPad.
Yeah.
Similar. Yeah. Cameron, your thoughts? I know you've played it, so.
Yeah. As far as hardware, the only thing to really talk about is the gamepad itself. That's the system. How I describe that is it's abnormally long.
It really is.
You know, I looked at it, like, there was a video that they had on the Nintendo, like, YouTube channel or whatever. It was
Is
Iwata
unboxing it,
the
yeah.
Wii U. And I looked at it, and I was like, that thing seems like a rectangle. Like a big rectangle. I don't know why. But, like, other than that, I was like, alright, cool. I can live with that.
Like, it looked like they were trying to make it so that it looked appealing from the front, but not from any other angle.
Exactly, like...
Yeah,
So what they did was, instead of going the PS...
the Deluxe package, so you can just look at it like that. So it's like looking, you know...
Yeah, and it looks like a tiny little thing, but
Exactly.
it looks like they did it for that reason. Instead of making a PS3 type device where it was more of a square and they had it all equally out, tiny in the front, extremely... It's like a bus on the back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it feels like they did that just for marketing, but...
Well, then, I mean, that's all I can really say about the console itself. I know there's more to it, but I mean, just first appearance-wise, that's what I would say. Now, for the controller, when I first felt it, I mean, these guys here say, it feels a little different. I mean, for some reason, when I use controllers like the Xbox, the PS3, I just come in tune with it. It's just normal to me.
It's like it kind of melts away.
Yeah, it's just like it's nothing. It's like, oh, okay.
And that's sort of the purpose of the controller. It's all the controller is a way for you to interact with the game. It's a tool.
Extension of your fingertips.
Yeah, and the best tools are the ones that after a few minutes you don't realize are there. You're just using them fluidly.
But yeah, control layout it feels fine to me. The touchscreen with Rayman Legends, it used quite a few features with the controller, but not enough for me to be like, oh, this is super awesome. But
Yeah.
but the co-op was really, really enjoyable.
Co-op was cool.
It was really
It was
cool.
awesome, yeah.
But I mean, I like the thing so far. I mean, I just need Nintendo to make sure they bring out more games that people are used to if they're coming from Xbox or PlayStation, because that's what's really appealing to me with the system. As far as hardware, it's fine so far. Graphics on like HD TV obviously look great. It's just on par with, or even better depending on the game and developer. That, you know, but just graphically it looks fine. But I mean, I like it.
So I think the general consensus here is that it's a little odd at first, but it kind of grows on you. I haven't got a chance to play it yet.
Odd man. Get out. Podcast is over. Done.
So my question for it is, will it be comfortable for long gaming sessions? Like, how is, like, for iPads and things like that, you know that if you're holding them for a long amount of time, they can sometimes get cumbersome. Will the Wii U gamepad, if you're playing a hardcore session of Zombie U or something like that for 3 hours straight, will it be a strain on your hands?
I think in terms of weight, it's not going to be, because they've made it light enough. I think it didn't feel too heavy, so I don't think you're going to get tired of holding it. I think it's just going to come down to what kind of game you're playing and what kind of button layout it's going to use. Like, because let's think of Call of Duty. Like, of course, most people are going to use the Pro Controller for Call of Duty, but there are going to be games, you know, that it's just weird. Like, it's just a weird layout going from, because I've read that on the gamepad, the button layout is actually turned sideways, so to jump, your button is like triangle or something like that. It's all messed up. It's really weird, and I just feel like it's going to take a long time for developers to kind of make the controls easier for people, I think. I just think a lot of people are not going to like that analog stick up there.
It's kind of the same thing with the Wii, though. How different that was, and it took people a long time to start catching on.
Exactly. I was just thinking about actually a good example for the Wii as far as that goes. I would say Skyward Sword is one of those kind of games. Cause,
they got it right at the very end.
What they wanted to do with Skyward Sword was what they wanted to do with the Wii the whole time. It wasn't supposed to be, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't supposed to be like a last ditch, like, we're trying to figure out exactly now what we want to do with the system.
That's what
hopefully, with the Wii U, it's going to be a little bit more quicker of a transition than that, because, I don't think anyone wants to be waggling around their gamepad for, any reason.
Yeah. The problem with the Wii was that they shipped it with incomplete motion controls.
That, too.
So it took 2 or 3 years to get Wii Motion Plus out, and then things started picking up.
Here's the thing I'm really worried about the gamepad. Over the next couple years or whatever, people just like playing on the Pro Controller better. And we start seeing a lot less and less support of the gamepad and developers developing. I see developers just porting games instead of trying to innovate and add gamepad features and stuff like that, and just take the easy way out and say, oh, just use the Pro Controller, you don't need the gamepad.
I think that will be true of multi-platform games for a lot of them. Some of them will try and innovate. Call of Duty, things like that, I think they won't innovate much, but they'll stick with this system that they're doing for the launch titles, and they'll just make the small changes necessary for each installment. But I think that you're right. A lot of multi-platform games are going to switch over and not use the touchscreen in any way. And that's been true of some games for, like, the DS, too, where they tried to port it over poorly, and they didn't use anything for the bottom screen. They just used the top. But I think that it's not going to mean that there's going to be a lack of content that uses the Wii U gamepad, mainly because, firstly, Nintendo will stick with it because it's their product.
Yeah, they have to.
And the fact that the mainstream audience, most of the people who get the Wii U, won't be hardcore, quote-unquote, hardcore gamers.
Yeah.
While there are going to get some more because of how they are doing it this time, most of them who pick it up will be the people who go out and buy Just Dance 4 right away for it.
And we're all excited for that one, right? That's my number one.
As long as it has my Gangnam Style on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I think that we're going to see a steady stream of content for the game that uses the gamepad. The question is whether it'll be good.
I'm also hoping that with the gamepad also, that they don't resort to the thing they did with the Wii with a lot of platformers. They turn the controller sideways, and it's like this weird, like, it's not I don't know. Like, I thought it wasn't so much a cop-out as it was just, then why do you have motion controls on your system if you're not going to use them?
Exactly.
Yeah, like, I think that they're going to hopefully utilize the touchscreen in a lot of interesting ways. But we'll get more into that when we go into the game segment in a few minutes. Brandon, do you have any comments?
Not really.
That was Brandon. Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
He does music for the site, so. But yeah, so now after that few minutes there, let's go into the game segment. We're going to go through some of the main games, and we'll start off with the packaged-in title for deluxe versions, Nintendo Land. And Cameron looks really angry, so
let him start it
off.
Let
him go first.
Go, all right.
Well, I'm not even going to open the thing. We'll start with that. Second, the games. Obviously, the games. Only like three games on there. I don't remember all three of them.
Metroid, Zelda, and
the Ninja Star.
Yeah. Tatsunoko or something?
Ninja Castle.
I don't even know.
What was it?
Ninja Castle?
Takamaru. He was some NES character that I guess they're reviving. I don't know why, but...
Anyway, I'm only interested in those three games.
It's important, but you know.
Like, yeah, you're selling your Wii after just a couple of weeks, right? Your Wii U, right?
Yes. The reason why? Money, obviously. I'm thinking Nintendo's going to face the same problem they had with the Wii. Well, I guess you could say
short
a problem.
Stocking.
They're just going to be short, and so many people are going to want it. So much demand for the platform, and there's going to be a lot of other people that are going to sell their Wii U.
The thing is, Nintendo loves having that newspaper headline a couple days out that says, Wii U sold out everywhere.
Yep, they love it.
Yeah, so they're definitely going to do that, at least for the first little bit. Who knows if they'll get a good enough stock in time for Christmas, but at least for the... It's doubtful, yeah.
Yeah, really. Well, apparently what happened was, after they had the Nintendo, like, Wii U Preview thing, where they were about to show off, like, everything crazy about the Wii U, a couple hours later, all the pre-orders were gone. Absolutely gone. And, well, first of all, I thought that was ridiculous, because I was like, who are these other people like me who are running out to GameStop, like, 10 minutes after the conference and being like, I want one now! But... I don't know. It's going to be... I feel like it's either... it's like a double-edged marketing strategy. It's like people all want to get it, so it sounds really good. But then when you don't have it, people can't buy it, and they got to go somewhere else. And it's like this catch-22 that I don't understand how it's supposed to, like, further, like, the experience or anything.
So basically what we're saying is Nintendo is a really mean Santa Claus.
Pretty, I would say so.
No, like, I understand what they do with it. It's just I feel like they drag it out too long.
Yeah.
Like, they leave us out of stock for way too long. I understand us running out of stock. It's going to happen, and you want to create demand. But I mean, we don't need to be out of stock for 6 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's just unacceptable.
Yeah. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 months of nothing, and then give us some stuff. Like, let us buy it now.
When you make your audience, your gamers, and your fans worried that they might not get a Wii U if they don't pre-order it that day and wait out for 6 or 8 hours. That is a problem. That is a definite problem. But yeah, so we're on Nintendo land.
I mean, honestly, that's all
am I right?
that's all I really have to say about it. I'm not really interested in it. I would like to play those 3 games, but not enough to even open it. So,
what were the 3 games again?
The Legend of Zelda one,
Battle Quest, Metroid, and Takamaru's Ninja
Star Castle.
Ninja something or other.
Yeah. Bushy, what do you think? They've finally released all 12 announced games, so what do you think?
Thing is, with me, I've always had this idea of having a video game theme park, right? Mm-hmm. And I enjoy Pokemon a lot. It'd probably be something like that. But here's the thing about it. With the Wii came with Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Basically showed off what the system was potentially capable of, and eventually, we got the whole Motion Plus thing and the Wii Sports Resort, and it was more of what they expected. With this, I feel like it's the same exact thing, just under a different medium as opposed to sports. Now let's move on to, I guess, amusement parks.
Mini games, essentially.
But that's what it is, I guess. I like the fact that they have single-player, multiplayer attractions. Obviously works with the GamePad and the Wii remote or whatever, or by yourself, or anything like that. So you don't have to have somebody standing there with you to play it, but if you do, it's going to be a lot of fun. If I learned anything from the Rayman demo that I played, playing with other people is going to be amazingly fun. Like, it just is.
That's what the Wii U is going to do well, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Co-op.
I don't know, specifically, I like the fact that they picked games that I like personally. Like, I really like Balloon Fighter.
Yes!
And when I saw they had a Balloon Fighter attraction, I was like, yes! This is for me! They finally got my letters. But, I don't know. I'm just really excited for it on the grounds that it's going to be nice to experience how the system's going to run, what developers could potentially build upon for, these set things that Nintendo set out for them. And it's going to come with the system. If it didn't come with the system, I wouldn't even talk about it.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't come with it in Japan, but
they get Monster Hunter Ultimate or something.
No, they don't get anything with the main one. They're releasing a Monster Hunter one for it, but the regular systems, they don't get any game.
Yeah, too.
Because
also, I guess just for clarification's sake, for those who don't know, it only comes with the deluxe version. I'm pretty sure. The Wii U that we get. So if you get the basic one, then,
you can buy it. You'll be able to buy it separately, I believe, if you get the basic. But it's going to be a $60 game probably, and the deluxe version of the Wii U is only $50 more than the other version. So
another $50 to get the deluxe version.
Yeah,
that's my question. Like, it's just not that much more.
You get the game, the cradle, you get
the dock,
it's just,
all that stuff,
like,
and that online pass thing. that no one knows anything about,
The only
really.
disappointing thing that I have, though, is that I don't get a deluxe white one. I wanted the white one, and they were like, here's the basic one. I'm like, stupid. That's all I got to say about Nintendo Land. I'm excited for it. It should be interesting to see how everything's going to work out.
And we will have a review of it up pretty quick after the Wii U launches. That's the game I'll be reviewing, so we'll see how it works out. Next, Nintendo's other big title for release, New Super Mario Bros. U.
Yay, another one.
Just read my New Super Mario Bros. 2 review and you got the basic idea.
Yeah, honestly, I'm only excited for it because I do enjoy the New Super Mario Bros. Series. Not that much, but I enjoy that they're doing something with the 2D platformer thing that's still going on, I guess. But I don't know.
The problem is all the games lack the soul that a lot of other Mario titles have.
I'm also sick of the love letters to all the nostalgia people.
Yeah,
who are like,
we want new
Super
stuff.
Mario World, I'm gonna love this game too. No, you're not, because it's just no. Just get out of here.
It's like they took a picture of the game without any understanding and tried to build a game on top of it.
Yeah, pretty much, because the big thing they're talking about is like the baby Yoshis, and like, that was a thing, and the overworld, which is all one map, which I never really cared about. I don't know.
Oh, I love that fact, but it just looks like a boring overworld.
Well, that too, and it's just like, who cares?
Like, yeah.
Did you really have to go as far? Like, I understand the fact. I get the whole idea that you want to rope people in with stuff that they know, stuff that they understand. So here's this Mario game that we made that's kind of like the old one, but you can play with more people, and it's like, it works, but it's not a winning formula.
Yeah, it's not special anymore.
Yeah, it's not, especially since it's now the what?
The fourth one in the series.
Game? Yeah.
The fourth New Super Mario Bros. Game, yeah.
So, I don't know, they gotta do something really rad. I'm waiting for Galaxy 3 or something before I'm gonna be like, oh, Mario's the greatest thing.
Galaxy 3, where they... Galaxy 3...
I'm excited to play it. I mean, again, it's gonna be the multiplayer thing that's probably gonna be, the most fun. But, aside, just the single player, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, I've done this before.
3 times now. But, I'm waiting for Galaxy 3, too. I think they should subtitle it Flood in Space.
I think they shouldn't have a Galaxy 3 and just make a whole new one, because I don't want a trilogy just on the principle that, just no.
Imagine a Mario Galaxy game with Flood, though, where you're doing water acrobatics in space.
They did that already, and they had it on the GameCube, and if you really want to go play it again, then that's, hey, I'm not going to tell you it's wrong, but it's wrong.
But do you guys have any comments on New Super Mario Bros. U? It's kind of self-explanatory.
I have it reserved, and I'm not excited for it. I want to, even the co-op to me doesn't look fun. It doesn't look as fun as Rayman was at all. It may be fun, but just drawing the little platforms as people, it just didn't look as Rayman was so interactive. It was just I was smiling the whole time I was playing that damn game. It was cool.
No, I remember some laughs were had when the demo was going on. That was just a demo too.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, Super Mario, I'm getting it. I'm gonna play it.
I'll just stick to my Super Nintendo.
Yeah, you know what? There you go. Just go retro on it. There you go.
But yeah, Bushy will be doing the review for that one, so
I do want to say.
We'll see how bad it is.
I do want to say something.
Oh, Cameron?
I kind of wanted to wait to save this for the online portion of this, but co-op in these Wii U games, I'm noticing. Well, I don't know this for sure, but knowing Nintendo, this is probably the case. But I really
online co-op.
Yeah.
Nintendo's always had the philosophy of it's more fun with people around you than online with Halo 4 players.
But what Nintendo doesn't realize is I live out in the middle of nowhere by myself. Well, I don't have friends.
It's that, and why can't you have both?
Yeah.
Why can't you have local and wireless or whatever? Why can't you just...
There's no reason not to.
Exactly. In today's day and age,
Yeah. Especially with their big push toward online.
They're going to be behind where they should be ahead with this next-gen console that they should be, hyping up about. But they're just going to be left behind again because their online better not suck this time or I'm going to be upset.
Yeah. Yep.
And I do want to mention one more thing. Kind of a little bit off topic, but it's about Rayman Legends.
Oh, joy. The fact that it's not releasing as a launch title?
Well, why was that the demo if it got delayed? Well, I won't say delayed. They made it seem like it was going to be a launch title. They have it as a demo, but it's coming later. Well, I guess March. I think I hear. I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah, it sucks because there were a couple games. Like I was really excited for Pikmin 3, like really excited.
Yeah.
Mario, whatever. And then Rayman got pushed, and I was just like, I'm not terribly surprised, but at the same time, these were supposed to be kind of your killer apps for the launch. You know what I mean?
System sellers.
And, yeah, and it's just, it sucks that it happens, but, I mean...
Yeah, at the very least, they're still coming in the launch window. They should be out in spring.
You mean the launch, like, bay doors?
Basically.
Exactly.
But moving on from that, Zombie U. Their big, quote-unquote, hardcore title. That's their exclusive. That's the one that they're trying to push for the horror fans, for the Xbox gamers, things like that. What do you think? I want to start with Bushy. See what he thinks on that.
Honestly, I'm not too big into zombies. I'm not going to be picking it up. A friend of mine's going to be getting it, so I'll probably try it out. But from what I saw objectively from the trailer and everything that like I've just seen about it in general, it seems brilliant on the grounds that it's taking like what you would see in like a zombie movie or a horror film, anything like that, and they're going to incorporate that into a video game. Like for example, right off the top of my head, I can think of the when you get to that door. And there's zombies coming after you, whatever, you gotta punch in a code, like on the GamePad, and you're looking up and down, like back and forth to make sure, and you're like panicking, and it's like replicating that feeling of, like survival horror, and you gotta like, you gotta go.
Creating real tension, creating real tension within the game.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think that we kind of all agree with that.
Yeah.
Whether you like zombies or not, it looks really intriguing.
Yeah, it seems like a very good experience, even if, like, you're not into the genre.
And it looks very realistic. If we were to be taken over by zombies,
that's more how it would happen.
Yeah, I see that how it would be instead of like Resident Evil, like.
Which it's very interesting because it seems kind of like that will be Nintendo's a really great complement to The Last of Us on PlayStation,
that makes sense.
Which should create two really great games, one after the other. So, hopefully, they'll start setting standards.
I think they're going to be both very realistic, but both different in their own aspects. And they're both going to be really realistic situations, and I think that's really cool.
And you have it pre-ordered?
I do have Zombie U pre-ordered.
Right, and he will be giving the review for it.
I'll be reviewing that. That's pretty much what I'm stoked for. I'm just ready to turn the lights off and
be scared out of your mind.
Pee my pants. Like I'm ready.
That blanket. There you go.
I'm ready for the Wii U to scare me, which is awesome. Saying those things that I'm gonna be scared playing a Wii, that's cool.
Yeah. Now we're starting to get close on time, so we're gonna have to go faster for these next games. The Wonderful 101.
Yes. I'm super stoked for this game. I'll just say it.
Yes, that's the whole thing.
It just looks so damn cool.
Pikmin with superheroes.
Exactly,
is what it looks like.
Exactly. That's it.
One thing I will say, it's not so much about the game itself, but I don't understand why all these launch games, pretty much, this is their first HD system, and they're touting it with games where the character and actions are all far away on the screen.
I think they're playing it safe right now. They're being careful.
It's either a platformer where Mario or Rayman are a little ways in the distance, or it's Pikmin or Wonderful 101 with a top-down view where you don't see them close up, really. So I'm wondering as to why they're doing that, but hopefully we'll see a really good Nintendo game that is in HD, like a Metroid or a Star Fox or Zelda in full HD. Donkey Kong. But yeah, one of the most exciting games coming to the Wii U, Sing Party.
Maybe for you.
I was trying to connect the word exciting to Sing Party.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's not. The only exciting thing will be trying to make these people sing along to it.
Good luck.
Tie you down until you sing.
That might be another podcast idea. We might just do Sing Party.
Nice.
But yeah, games like that and Just Dance 4, there's nothing really that new about them. Not much to talk about. The only interesting thing about Sing Party, there's nothing new interesting about Just Dance, but on Sing Party, they have it so that instead of just being karaoke, they're utilizing the two screens to where one person can sing to the crowd and look in the lyrics on their GamePad, while the other people will be able to join in and sing along on the TV. So,
That's pretty cool.
and it's not too interesting for that, but it's interesting is how they might be able to use that in the future, where if for a party game where you're facing the crowd, where you're facing the rest of the people there, and you're having to do something. So that could lead to some very interesting ideas. But as for now, them singing to Call Me Maybe. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lego City Undercover.
I'm kind of excited for it on the grounds that the trailer was really, really goofy, and it just made me laugh. So I'm like, this might actually be good. It's like a Lego game, but
Grand Theft Auto with Legos.
Really cool.
Yeah. It's a Lego game, so it should be at least solid. The question will be whether it's really good or just the okay Lego game.
Yeah.
It's weird that they're pushing it so hard as one of their big launch games.
Yeah, it is a little strange to me.
And what's also strange is them pushing Scribblenauts Unlimited as one of their big launch games.
I'm actually excited for that one.
And that's why you're reviewing it. Like, the big things for that one, it's Scribblenauts, but they've added coding, basically. Essentially, you can... they have a little programming language in the game where you can program... you can create objects and you can program them to interact with other objects in certain ways, which is cool, but it's not really worth touting it as a big system seller.
Well, the big thing this time around is because for the Wii U version, they're including
Oh, yes.
a bunch of actual characters. Like, they're having a bunch of Mario characters and all the characters that you can put in the game. And I guess recently they announced they're also going to have Batman and Scooby-Doo characters.
What?
Yeah. Recently they announced that you can have Scooby-Doo and Batman in your Scribblenauts Unlimited, and it's the greatest crossover of all time.
All right.
Batman versus Link.
Yeah, exactly. Or Scooby-Doo, hey,
That works.
But the problem is we've already had 3 Scribblenauts games. The 2 for DS and the one that's doing really well on iOS. There's not really that much exciting about this one. It just feels, aside from the few cool additions we've mentioned, that there's not much new. And when Scribblenauts Unlimited is like, what, $3 for iOS? It doesn't feel like, why would you spend $60 on a Scribblenauts game?
I honestly couldn't answer that question for you, but,
I do think this will probably be the best Scribblenauts game, though. Even though I'm really not excited for it, it just feels like it's built for the GamePad.
But it just doesn't feel like... Do you think it's worth $60?
I'd have to play it, man. But just looking at it, no. I wouldn't pay $60 for it.
And I know you got it for cheaper, so...
38, I believe.
That works.
So you'll have to tell us how it is.
That's legit.
Which you will in his review. That's pretty much the wrap-up of the main games through December. You have your Call of Duty and you have Batman, Arkham City Armored Edition, and things like that. Which are...
3.
But all Wii U-ified ports. So there's not much to say about them. Just that they're adding a little content for the Wii U gamepad, and we'll see how much better they really are.
I think Mass Effect's going to be great on the Wii U.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I think they're going to be able to do cool things with the gamepad, which I love Mass Effect anyways. I'm just saying.
We have a mystery Square Enix title getting ported to Wii U.
Oh, yay.
And we have Bayonetta 2.
That too. Bayonetta 2 was probably the biggest thing that was shocking to everybody. That is a Wii U exclusive.
Yeah.
So many people were upset.
Oh, everyone's
and I was
butthurt.
My Nintendo's the greatest.
Yeah, man, everyone's butthurt over that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I'm sure we'll be back near the end of the year talking about how the Wii U's been doing, some other stuff. We'll talk about Pikmin 3 and that point when it gets closer to launch. But we're almost out of time, so I want to wrap this great podcast up with just overall thoughts on the Wii U, and we'll start with our music reviewer here.
I think it looks pretty cool and innovative, and I'd like to try it out when these guys get it.
We'll go in a circle. Cameron?
I mean, after playing it, I have more hope for the system rather than not playing it. I think in the games that are launch titles, I need to try out first before actually saying it's really good or not. I mean, that's the case with everybody, but you know, I'm really trying to make sure Nintendo's doing right with this platform, like, you know, in my opinion, but we'll see.
Do you think it could be better than the PlayStation 4?
No.
Okay, now that since Matt joined in,
No.
we'll go to him. You guys don't think it'll be better than whatever Sony comes up with next?
I don't think it will even be competition, really, because I think the Wii U is trying to do something totally different than what the PlayStation will be doing. I think PlayStation is going to stick with its normal controller and the regular style of playing games, and Wii U is going a totally different way now, and they're just different things.
Yeah.
I am ready for the Wii U, and I'm freaking broke. Thank you, Nintendo.
There you go.
Bushy. I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, but...
Well, actually, you know what? I am excited. I'm very much excited, but more so for the potential that the Wii U has. Not for the immediate launch, everything that's going to be going on. I'm excited more so for everything that's going to be coming maybe a year or so from now when, when Sony and Microsoft are finally going to be like, here's our next system. They're going to be like, all right, so we have everything that we're looking forward to right now, and this is what's going to continue. And I feel like since the Wii U, again, like Renfro said, actually, I agree with the fact that it's so different that it may not so much compete like directly with the PS3 and Xbox 360, but I feel like it's very different in the fact that it's not trying to be a computer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The PS3 and the Xbox 360. And I feel like that's going to be a big thing that's going to keep it as a gaming console initially. Even with the stuff like Nintendo TV, it's already hooked up to your TV. It's not like you have to go through like internet connections like necessarily to, still have a full experience with it. But I feel as though it definitely has a load of potential, and that's what I'm the most excited for.
So you're more excited for their next E3, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. That's going to be a big party day for me. That's going to be exciting.
Are we going to have to call each other and yell, oh, they announced this?
Yes, absolutely.
Fun fact, back when Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon was first announced, we were Skyping each other during the conference. I called him and literally yelled, screamed into the mic, they announced Luigi's Mansion 2!
Oh, God, yes.
But
That was so awesome.
I'm excited for the Wii U. I'm more excited for its launch than I was for the 3DS. Much more.
Oh, God, yes, absolutely.
They're showing that they much better potential than they did with the 3DS, and they're handling its launch far better with their lineup of games and their marketing and everything like that. It'll take a few years to see how it catches on with developers. Nintendo will do great with it. They always do great with their own systems. The real question for this one is going to be how third-party developers take it. Are we going to get really interesting games like Mad World and De Blob and Boom Blocks and things like that we got for the Wii?
Or just ports.
Or are we just going to get a lot of ports and a lot of imagined fashion design and stuff like that?
I'm going to put that right next to my launch copy of Just Dance 4 and Sing Party. They're going to be a couple friends there.
But we will definitely see. We'll be back later this month to talk about Sony PlayStation AllStars Battle Royale. And then...
Sorry, that's the theme.
They're excited for it. And then we'll definitely be back at the end of the year to go over some wrap-ups and see how Nintendo's been doing.
See if we all still have our Wii U's.
Yeah.
And I should have a new music review pretty soon. So.
Yeah. Stay tuned to the site. We've got a lot of new reviews coming. Halo 4 review. I'm staring at Cameron right now, making sure he does it.
Wii U Playstyles comes out tomorrow.
New playstyles will come out tomorrow, yeah. Stay tuned to the site. It's still Wii U Hype Month. We're still going to give you coverage through the Wii U's launch with plenty of reviews. SmartWhenChatting.com. Thank you all for joining us here. We're signing off.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.